I am going to start this stream because I'm super excited to finish the game. Oh my god, it's been a freaking journey. And eventually, I'm going to play Danganronpa 2, but I'm going to play a little bit, I'm going to finish Harry Potter before I do Danganronpa 2 because Danganronpa 2, like the first one, is really long. And there's a lot of talking, so I want to break it up a little bit before I go right into another Danganronpa. But I will play it, don't you all worry. There's going to be more drama. So anyway, let's get into this.
Also, Kyoko threw herself into garbage for Makoto.
She did. She did do that, but I mean, that's the least she could have done for us, considering we covered for her ass. Anyway. Still love her though, I'm not gonna lie. Anyway, let's get this started. Right, so here we go. Chapter 6, the last chapter. So, let's get this finished. The ultimate despair. A group of people who caused a tragedy 1 year ago. I'm unmuted, right?
They have been talking to you, so yes.
I'm always paranoid in case I freaking do something wrong. A group of people who caused a tragedy 1 year ago. Those same people put together this killing game and began broadcasting it around the world. Oh yeah, that's another thing. Apparently this killing spree is being broadcast to like everybody.
Yeah,
so
forget to mention that bit.
So it's basically like freaking Hunger Games, you know? The most desperately awful group of people ever. That is the mastermind's true identity. Our enemy has finally been revealed. But right now we have to get out of this horrible place. Figuring out the rest of the story can come after. Yeah, you're right. Okay, let's get out of here. It's locked, but we have a way to open the store. Kyoko, do you have the key? Kyoko, do you still have that one thing? I mean, if you didn't come down here with that key, we're both screwed. Monokuma's secret tool that you got from the headmaster's room?
Indeed.
Of course I do. It's an absolute vital part of ensnaring the mastermind. I would never part with it. And it can open any door in the school, right?
That's right.
Then we should be able to use it on that door, right? Right, let's go. Please. Hey Kyoko, can we use that key of yours to open this door, right?
It's true.
Let's find out. Kyoko took out the key with the Monokuma design on it and slid it into the keyhole. And then... Yes, it opened!
Indeed.
And now we can get out of here. Let's go. Sounds good. We quickly opened the door and made our escape from the garbage pit. Finally, we were finally free. Oh, and also, excuse the noise in the background, we've got the fan on because it is freaking roasting in this room. So it's either that or open the window, and I don't really want to open the window because the traffic, it just makes a lot of noise. So, I'm so sorry if you can hear a little bit of that in the background. But I don't want to die. We were finally free. But there wasn't even time to take a breath of relief, because the real fight had just begun. After leaving the garbage pit, we found ourselves in a tunnel extending straight up like a chimney. There was a metal ladder leading up into the tunnel. We started climbing the ladder, intent on reaching the surface. The ladder was impossibly long, I couldn't even see where it ended. We climbed into darkness. The passage was so dark and cramped I couldn't even see my own feet beneath me. I had no idea we were so far down. Don't lose your footing, if you slip I won't be able to catch you. Yeah, I'll be careful. But now that you said that I'm getting kinda nervous. Maybe talking will help keep my mind off it. So, Kyoko, there's something I wanted to ask you. You said you're the ultimate detective, right? So how long have you been doing detective work? How long? Ever since I can remember. I came from a long line of detectives. Detective work is in my blood. There was a time when being a detective was considered the sacred duty. My family's always seen it that way. Then is your family famous?
Wrong.
Quite the opposite, actually. Even among actual detectives, many people haven't heard of us. Huh? But how come? It's like your family tradition, right? So,
Right.
because we take pride in it. Pride?
Indeed.
A detective is neither light nor shadow. We represent neither justice nor evil. That is how we can uncover the absolute truth. We stand neutral in all things, and to do that we have to stand separate from the rest of society. Which is why we've made a conscious effort to conceal our existence. A conscious effort?
It's true.
It's kind of old-fashioned, and I can't say it's entirely rational. But it's our family creed, and we must do what we must to protect it. Because, like I said, it's our source of pride. Pride. So that explains. Before I came here, when I was looking up info about the school online, I never saw anything about her. Because she hid herself on purpose to protect the pride of her family.
However,
And yet, I gave up some of that pride. Huh? In order to enter Hope's Peak, I had to reveal myself to the school. I did it knowing it was something a true Kirigiri detective would never do. But the reason you give up that pride, the reason you would go so far to enter Hope's Peak, it was because that's how much you want to reconnect with your dad, right? There's no shame in that.
what?
Reconnect? I had absolutely no desire to reconnect with my father. Huh? But you'd be reuniting after all those years, right? You would have had so much to talk about.
Wrong.
There's nothing I want to talk to my father about. Damn.
However,
There is something I want to say to him, though. What? No matter what it takes, I have to find him and tell him face to face. What is it?
So,
I want to sever all ties with him. Sever? The last time I saw him, I was still very young. So I don't remember myself. But apparently he was extremely intelligent. He was in line to become the next head of the Kirigiri family. He was talented. He had a promising future.
however,
Oh yeah, she got those daddy issues, but you know. Yeah. But he had no interest in detective work, so he cut himself off from the family. Not long after that, my mother died, and he simply ran away. He went to my grandfather, and they had a huge argument. And young as I was, he left me behind. Oh damn. I'm sure there was a reason for that. I'm sure your dad wanted to take you with him.
right.
If that's true, then I need to thank him. Thank him for leaving me. Because unlike him, I take pride in the work I do. I take pride in my family name, so every last part of me is happy he didn't take me with him. If I'd gone with him, I would never have had the chance to become a detective. Explains why she's so smart. So, you know. I was above Kyoko on the ladder, so I wasn't able to see her expression. Yeah, I think there's a reason for that, Makoto. So I couldn't tell. I couldn't see how she looked when she said that, what she might have been feeling. All I could tell was that compared to her usual self, she was more talkative and more emotional. I don't blame him, you know. He had his own life to live. That's what anyone in my position might say, right? But it's not true.
However,
But there's one thing that I can never forgive. Really?
so,
The way everyone else looked at me. I was never sad about being left behind. Like I said, I think it was a good thing.
however,
But when the rest of my family looked at me, they saw something different. They only saw me as the little girl that was abandoned by her father. That's how they see me even to this day. His shadow has been following me my entire life. I'm sick of it. I need him out of my life. I need to step out of his shadow.
correct.
That's why I have to find him and tell him we're no longer family. In order to settle the past, in order to remove him from my life forever, I have no doubt he forgot about me years ago. But your family, they just cut him out like that. Do you know what? Sometimes, toxic family, even if they are family, toxic people should be cut out of your life. You know? Life's too messy and complicated to be like, oh, but that was my dad, that was my sister, blah blah blah, how could you do that to your family? You know, sometimes you just got to. You know? And that's just the way it is. So, you know, Makoto, be more understanding. Be better.
Wrong.
Our only connection is through blood, nothing more. Are we connected by heart and soul? No. Is blood really enough to call someone family? No. Only connected by blood, not by heart or soul? I was so shocked to hear her say something like that, I didn't know how to respond. So instead, I said nothing. I just kept climbing the ladder in complete silence. And after I don't know how long, we finally reached the top. Looks like this is it.
Indeed.
On the other side of this door, Hope's Peak is waiting for us. We're back.
That's right.
Remember that hatch in the ground near the trash room? I'm fairly certain that's where we'll come out. I unlocked it earlier, so it should open without much trouble. Well, here goes nothing. Poor Makoto, he really deserves this academy. Aw, I like that he's so grounded though, and he hasn't really got anything special going for him. You know, but he can be kind of closed-minded a little bit. He doesn't really see things from other people's perspective sometimes. Like, sometimes when he was hanging out with people, he'd be like, oh, they're really weird, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, people are different, you know? People are diverse. I raised my right hand up and pushed against the hatch. The hatch opened with ease, and so... He really does. He's something else. It looks like we're back. But I can't believe how long that ladder was. I'm exhausted. I can't say we're safe and sound, but at least we're out of here. Out of there. Now we're back in Hope's Peak Academy. Kyoko, thank you. I would never gotten out of there without you. No thanks necessary, I was just returning the favour. Okay. Can we just leave? So, now what do we do? I'm glad I didn't die, of course, but if the mastermind finds out... And I'm worried about you too, you helped me, so they might...
Listen.
You're worried? Yeah, of course.
So then,
Then let's just get a concrete answer. Huh?
in other words,
Let's ask Monokuma if there's a problem with you escaping. Wait, that's...
however,
If we try to hide, it's only a matter of time till we find out. And it's not like we can run away. As she said that, she pointed at a nearby surveillance camera. So you're saying rather than stress out over getting caught, we should just give up now? Don't worry, what you think is going to happen isn't. Because the mastermind is the one that's ensnared. The mastermind is ensnared. You said stuff like that before, what does it mean?
so
The mastermind stood exposed during the investigation into Mukuro's death. There was a moment where the mastermind let their guard down. There was?
Right.
If we can talk to Monokuma, we can confirm it. And it'll be better for us if we go to him directly before he tracks us down. That should help with our negotiations. I'm still a little super uneasy about this. But we really don't have a choice, do we?
indeed.
Monokuma should be in the
Shall we
gym.
go?
Let's get going. Okay, to the gym. Let's go find that evil teddy bear. I wouldn't want to talk to him either, but we have to. Here we go. Oh dear.
Well now.
Here we go. Hey! Kyoko, I don't mind so much. But Makoto's supposed to be dead. What's he doing here? That's exactly how I thought he'd react. Are we really going to be okay? You were supposed to be punished. Did Kyoko help you?
What?
So what if I did? What will you do? If the guilty party is exposed during the class trial, they alone will be executed. It's unfortunate, but that is the rule. So now I've got to punish you again, and this time I won't leave anything to chance. Kyoko, do whatever you feel you have to. What?
However,
You threw me under the bus? Again? But before you do, let me just say one thing. If you execute Makoto, that means you lose. Not that that matters to you, right? Huh? I lose? You! Explain yourself. What do you mean by that?
because
Well, you set up this latest class trial yourself, right? I was getting in your way, so you wanted an excuse to kill me.
in other words,
I was supposed to be chosen as the blackened and then executed, right? Hey, what are you talking about?
however,
But when Makoto chose to overlook my lie, your plan came crashing down. The results of the trial weren't at all what you were expecting. Because you never imagined that in that position, one person would protect another like that.
right,
And in response to that unexpected development,
indeed.
you reacted by proclaiming Makoto the Blackened and trying to execute him. You made the choice out of desperation, no more than that. You must have realised that Makoto, who refused to be manipulated, was a threat to you as well. Celeste is still my best girl. Say what you want, she's still my favourite. Kyoko is a second.
However,
But then there was another unexpected development waiting for you. An entity that would throw a wrench, so to speak, in your precious execution machinery. Alter ego. You never imagined the possibility of a being that could come to our aid even after you'd killed it.
am I wrong?
Now here's the absolute truth. Makoto didn't kill Mukuro, you did.
Listen to me.
So executing Makoto for it would surely be a violation of your rules, which I know you love so much. If the Blackened is exposed, they alone will be executed. That's what you told us, right? And that means I lose? You talk of a game. You're saying the Blackened is me, not Makoto?
Well?
And you can prove this, right?
Well,
No, I can't. Don't just say it like that. What is this, a comedy routine? To make such bold claims without a shred of evidence.
that doesn't matter.
I don't have any right now, but with a little more time, I'll guarantee I'll find some.
That's right.
Because no matter how deeply you try to bury it, there is only ever one absolute truth. And now you try to talk like some kind of famous detective type?
Because
If Makoto really was the killer, he never would have come to you willingly like this. He would have feared for his life, feared another execution, he would have tried to run and hide. He would have been gripped by the despair you so love to inspire.
however,
But here we are, confronting you with nothing but hope in our hearts.
what the heck?
And that's supposed to be enough to convince me in the absence of evidence?
Indeed.
It's not you I'm trying to convince.
Hey,
If you were to execute Makoto now, everyone out there watching this would be extremely displeased. Huh?
indeed.
Imagine what everyone out there would think if you killed Makoto. They would assume that you killed him because what we said is exactly right. Sorry guys, 2 seconds. Go, warm. Okay, there we go.
Listen to me.
Despair can never kill hope.
Hey,
Of course, you can say we were just making it up and making this all up. You're welcome to prove us wrong. She has a point. She could have let Makoto in on this. I guess so, but Makoto... I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, I guess so. No, you have no choice but to prove it. Because if you kill Makoto without proving your own innocence, you'll be accepting your own defeat. Oh woman, you're gambling on those life, it's not your own. I think she's got a plan though. Oh, he angry. If you want to earn our despair fair and square,
that's what we have to do.
then I suggest you take my advice. So, what is this advice of yours?
It's true.
To do Mukuro's trial over again. Only this time you follow the school regulations to ensure a fair trial.
It's time for one last showdown. One final battle between hope and despair. Hey,
Well, that would make for a proper climax, wouldn't you say? A fair trial, one last showdown, in other words. This would be our chance to expose the true identity of Mukuro's killer, of the mastermind themselves. For what reason would the mastermind have to accept the challenge? They'll probably just execute me without another word. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. Oh my god. The bear puns. Oh lord. Berry?
what's wrong?
Oh, I was getting bored, so I decided to change things up a little, so time for bear jokes. Now what you suggested might be plausible, it would certainly make for one honey of a climax.
In other words,
In all fairness, I bought a t-shirt with a pun on it, a Danganronpa one, and it said, "There is no hope, only despair." As in, despair. And it was hilarious and it's cute. Eventually I'll wear it and I'll show you guys. Lone would be proud. Does that mean you accept?
you guys!
If we do things your way, that'll be enough to convince you and the viewers, right? And it would cause you unbearable despair, right? Then I'm prepared to agree to your term. Oh. Will your hope win out, or will my despair claim victory?
I can barely contain myself.
Oh, it's so funny. Oh god. Let's have one final grisly showdown. He agreed. Then we still have a shot at this.
Bear it.
But this is the long-awaited climax, right? Just guessing the killer is barely a fitting end.
You guys.
So for this final face-off, you'll have to unearth all the mysteries that have been buried here. Lord of mercy. All the mysteries? That's right, every last mystery that's pouring around the school. If you can do that,
I can barely contain myself.
then that'll be enough to qualify as a victory for you. Oh lord.
It's true.
That's what we've been trying to do all along. Qualify. Okay, well good then, let's bear it all. If you can claw your way to the truth of Mukuro's death and solve the mysteries of the school,
Guys.
then you win. But if you can't do all of that, we'll all face execution, right? I can barely contain my excitement. When you learn the whole truth, what kind of despair will you show me? We're as excited as you are, I'm sure.
Listen to me.
When we've uncovered every last truth, how will the ultimate despair reveal their own despair? I honestly can't believe how this has all turned out.
Hey.
But before we get started, I want to clarify one more thing. Do you remember the rule? When one student kills another, that's when a class trial is held.
What's wrong?
I remember that for sure. Oh. Oh god. So what?
Hey.
I just want to confirm that is what you said, right? And it's a true statement? You'd have to be so suspicious. I've said it before, but it bears repeating. Good gracious. Everything is based on the school regulations. It's freaking Lone in teddy bear form, but like, you know, more evil. Why am I doing this? I shouldn't... I'm sorry, Lone! I'm not trying to compare you to Monokuma! I'm sorry! Oh god. Anyway. And having a trial for Mukuro is no exception to that. Huh? Mukuro's trial is no exception. Then it's part of the regulations. Oh yeah, he is a teddy bear, but like not the evil one. You know. Lone is the mastermind? Plot twist, Lone is the mastermind. He could be. He could be. Which would have to mean that whoever killed Mukuro... It's a very polarizing approach, I know, but okay, enough puns. Anyway, here's a hint. Oh, good grief. I'm sure I told you this already, but this killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students. And the only people to take a single step in Hope's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students. What?
Listen.
Are you telling the truth? Why'd it go quiet all of a sudden? I'm done talking. I've got nothing left to say to you. So get lost, would ya? Why so mad? He seems emotionally unstable. Leave me alone. Get out of here. Okay, I'm going. You're really gonna let me go? I don't even care anymore. You're all gonna get your punishment later anyway. I need to start getting it ready. A super duper extra special punishment overflowing with despair. Okay. Come on, Makoto, let's go. Okay. See you at the trial. Bye. Monokuma's unstable laughter seemed to cling to us as we walked away. And just like that, we were out of the gym. I could hardly believe it, but somehow I ended up not getting executed. I still had my life and we still had a chance. Overall, things turned out way better than expected. Once again, I was in Kyoko's debt. Kyoko, thank you. Everything I have right now is because of you.
However...
Don't thank me just yet. The real battle is still ahead of us. Yeah, true. But still, I'm glad it worked out. I wasn't sure if the enemy would accept my proposal. But honestly, why would the mastermind agree to that? I mean, they don't stand to gain anything from a final showdown, do they?
So,
They had no choice but to accept.
because
It's all because of that one moment that the mastermind let down their guard, like I said. So when was it that the mastermind let their guard down?
So,
I wasn't there to hear it myself, but do you remember what the mastermind said? They said they had hijacked the airwaves to broadcast our school life to the outside world, right? Yeah, they definitely said that.
listen.
And what did you think when you heard that? Pretty hard to believe, right? Well, I mean, the idea of actually taking over the airwaves seems so unbelievable.
Indeed.
You don't exactly read about something like that happening very often, so it's hard to imagine. In other words, that kind of thing is extremely difficult to pull off,
However,
and yet somehow the mastermind was able to do
in
it.
other words,
But think of it another way, there must have been some reason they had to do something that difficult. A reason?
so,
They had to show the world something, no matter the cost of killing each other. They wanted to show the world?
it would seem.
The mastermind has been very adamant about not killing us directly, but forcing us to kill each other. And all their rules and regulations were designed to encourage that. Yeah, that makes sense. If those stupid regulations didn't exist, nobody would have killed anybody.
In other words,
So the mastermind's ultimate goal was to make us kill each other and show that off to the world. But why?
correct.
To prove a point, most likely. Yeah, can you mute my iPad, love? It's going off. Oh, poor baby. Prove a point?
Hey,
The outside world has a name for the students of Hope's Peak, right? A certain concept. You're talking about hope, right?
that's right.
And for those of us who represent hope to kill each other and sink into despair, the mastermind wants the world to see that. To try and prove that despair is better than hope. That's their goal, is ultimate despair. What? They want to prove that despair is better than hope? But that's ridiculous.
It's true.
You're right, it is ridiculous, completely irrational. It's the kind of thing that nobody but those who call themselves the ultimate despair would devise. That group whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair. But is that really their only reason for making the rest of us suffer?
Makoto.
I know how angry it must make you, and yet that same motivation is what led to the mastermind revealing their weakness. What?
In other words,
Because their goal is to broadcast this killing game to the world. The mastermind is to be more particular than is reasonable about their own regulations. If the mastermind simply ignored their rules, this wouldn't have been a game but one-sided slaughter.
at the very
At least that's how those who are watching this would have seen it. And that's why the mastermind couldn't kill any of us themselves?
Indeed.
That is precisely the reason. No matter how much they may hate what I'm doing, I haven't violated a single one of their regulations. Junko broke the rules, so she was punished, but in my case they couldn't lay a finger on me.
Right.
So instead they tried to use the class trial, following all their proper rules to get me killed. They began a trial that didn't have a right answer, they made me out to be the killer. But even that didn't work.
It's true.
Yes, thanks to you. And due to that failure, the mastermind took yet another risk. They attempted to kill you instead, who also was not the killer. And when that fact was exposed on live TV to the entire outside world, the mastermind had to accept your suggestion.
Indeed.
To prove to the world that despair is better than hope, they had to defeat us in perfect form.
In other words,
It would only do the mastermind harm to have it shown that they'd violated their own regulations. But all of that was a hunch, right? And you were still able to get the mastermind to accept your challenge.
however,
Well, it's only thanks to you that we got that chance, because you believed in me, another path opened up. Still, I can't believe how much of the mastermind's thoughts and plans you were able to figure out. I didn't have the slightest clue. In the end, though, I couldn't prove any of it. It was just my reasoning. Essentially, I was making a bet. But it looks like I got it right, this time at least. I won the bet. Cocoa better be great for spreading good husband. I know, tell me about it. She let out a quick sigh. I took it as a small sign of relief. To be honest, I haven't been that nervous in a long time. I totally couldn't tell you were nervous at all. You seemed totally confident from the moment we decided to go talk to him. While presenting a strong demeanour is a fundamental part of negotiation and persuasion, wouldn't you say? Plus, if I'd showed my uneasiness, that would have just made you that much more uneasy. Yeah, you're probably right. How pathetic.
however,
Anyway, we can't relax just yet. All we've done is earn another chance to fight. We have to win this time.
correct.
Or everything we've gone through will have been for nothing. You're right. If we can't defeat the mastermind, it'll cost us our lives. There is no option except to win.
Hey,
But before we begin the final battle, we have to tell the others what's going on. True, but now we know who our real enemy is. All we have to do now is work together with everyone to destroy the mastermind. Work together with everyone.
however,
Is it really possible? Oh, there's a couple of bots. Ahem. Mod. My dear, thank you. And I think, Sophie, I can't remember. Did I ask you if you wanted to be a mod ages ago? I cannot remember for the life of me.
There you go.
Is that really possible? Huh?
anyway,
Anyway, right now we have to go find the others.
shall we go?
They're probably in the dorm somewhere, shall we go? Sure. If we must. Awesome! Thank you, that'd be amazing. I'll get my tech guy right on it. Right, let's go see these numbskulls. Right. Where's Byakuya? There we go. Ding dong, bing bong.
This one your phone?
This is Byakuya's room. Is he inside?
Thank you.
Hey,
I don't think he's here. Come on, we need to keep looking. This is Toko's room. Is she inside?
hey,
Let's check the map. This should be on the map, right? I think. Oh, I've not got that map. Okay. Huh? No, I'm gonna go see. I'm gonna check all the doors and then I'm not sure where to go.
hey,
Do we go to the dining room? Are they there?
hey,
Nope. Let's try the dining hall. If not, I don't know where they are. Did you do it, my love? Off. Thank you. Yeah, why not? The more the merrier. Well, we need to ask her first, so you know.
No, she just said.
Ew, Byakuya.
She just said.
And suddenly we were greeted with, "Oh, go away!" Blah 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 blah. Okay, he's something wrong with him. You again. Blah 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 blah. Is he broken?
whew,
I suppose his emotional instability reached its limit. Da 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 blah blah blah. Bye, Monokuma. Jeez, what the heck?
however,
I wonder what that was all about. I couldn't help but let out a sigh of relief. Ah!
Here we go.
Is that Makoto?
Hina!
You guys!
It is! There's no two ways about it. That's Makoto.
Huh? You survived?
Jeez, you're like a stubborn little cockroach, you know that?
Thanks, Byakuya.
I'm just asking to make sure, but...
Oh my god!
Right?
Envy, you called it! Oh my god! Yes, Hero, I'm a ghost! Everyone was there! All my friends who had struggled together and survived. As soon as I saw their faces, I couldn't help myself. I started to tear up. Aww, that's so sweet.
What?
Wait, what's that smell?
What the heck?
Yeah, man, that seriously stinks. It's Makoto. He smells like a wet dog. Get away! Shoo, shoo! I mean, we could have worse friends. I guess. Except Hero. In a flash, my tears dried up. Right, Kyoko.
Makoto.
There's no time to indulge in an extended happy reunion. We need to explain to everyone what happened with Monokuma.
Yes.
Explain? Explain what? They all thought he murdered someone. I mean, yeah, I know, but to be honest, if you were in the same boat, I think... I don't know. I don't know. It's difficult. But is it okay that you're here? What if the mastermind catches you?
It's true.
That's related to what I have to tell you all. Yeah, true, true. If any of you betray me, this is it. Friends no more. I mean, yeah, I don't know if I'd be so like, so forgiving. I need to tell you all about the last class trial. Sorry, my eye itchy. I had to take my glasses off. Oh my goodness. Please, eyeball, behave. I need you. Here we go. Last class trial? Yep.
In other words.
We're going to redo Mukuro's trial.
Huh?
What? Seriously?
How about that?
What's the point of redoing it? Makoto killed her, right? Hero? Okay. The fact that I'm still living? Mean nothing to you? No, I didn't do it like I keep telling you.
Wrong.
Makoto isn't the killer, and of course it's not me or any of you.
Huh?
Then who is it?
I see.
What she's saying is it was all the work of the mastermind.
Huh?
What, you're saying the mastermind killed Mukuro? Hiroko sit in a corner for you hurt yourself. Oh my goodness. Honestly, I would commit one last freaking murder before I left this place, tell you that much.
That's right.
That's right. It was on an elaborate trap contrived by the mastermind. Makoto spotted the trap in time and did what he had to stop it.
However,
But his decision meant that he would be the one to die.
What did you say?
You spotted the trap, did you, Makoto? You make it sound like it was easy, I just, you know.
however,
But executing Makoto who wasn't the Blackened is a clear violation of the school regulations. The rules state that only the Blackened is to be executed. The mastermind broke their own rules. Which is why I went and negotiated with them to have the trial one more time.
huh?
And the mastermind agreed? Does that mean they really did break the rules? They had no choice but to agree. You used the TV broadcast to gain the leverage you needed, didn't you?
Correct.
Very observant of you.
Naturally.
I recall what you said at the end of the last trial. When you said, now it's the mastermind that's ensnared, that's what you were referring to.
Don't be mean.
Hey, I'm totally in the dark here. Well, that is nothing new, is it? For anyone who doesn't understand, you can ask Kyoko to explain it again later. So knowing all this, what do we do now?
About that.
It's about who killed Mukuro, right? So our job is to expose the mastermind? No change there. I see this is why Hero is worse than is the worst character in the series. I know! I know! Hero go at Byakuya. But there's much more to it than that. There's more to it than that, correct? Yeah. For us to win this time, we have to solve every last mystery surrounding the school.
Huh?
Every last mystery?
But
But we've been looking around all this time and we still don't know anything, right?
Anyway,
You've probably guessed already, but if we lose this time, everyone dies. Everyone?
I hate you.
Hey, who said you could agree to those terms without talking to the rest of us? I'm fine with things the way they are. I'm fine living here forever with Master. I meanwhile want to get out of here as soon as humanly possible. Anyway, at this point, the only way for us to survive is to unravel the truth. In other words, one decisive final battle. A rather interesting development, I'd say. But figuring out who the mastermind is and how they killed Mukuro and all the school's mysteries is a pretty tall friggin' order. It's okay, no one's expecting anything from you, okay? Just, you know, go some, I don't know, go away. Maybe, but this time the trial is different. We know who our enemy is now. So if we work together and search as hard as we can, I'm sure we'll solve all those mysteries. I'm not so sure about that. Huh? I can't agree with the idea of working together with everyone. You can't agree? Why not? I mean, working together with everyone seems like the most obvious way to solve all the mysteries.
Indeed.
That's what I thought too, at first. Until Monokuma gave us that little hint of his. Hint? I'm sure I told you already, but the killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students, and the only people to take a single step in Hope's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students.
I see.
Monokuma said that, did he? Then Kyoko's opinion is perfectly reasonable. Huh? But why?
So, in other words...
If the mastermind really is the one who killed Mukuro, as Kyoko says, then the mastermind would have had to set foot in the school, right? Monokuma could probably murder Mukuro, but there's no way he could have disguised the scene like that.
In other words...
But according to Monokuma, the only people who have set foot in Hope's Peak are the 16 students who've been taking part in the killing game. Then the mastermind is... There were 15 of us in the main hall at the very beginning. Add in Mukuro and you get 16. So the mastermind would have to be one of them?
That's right.
And of those 16 people we started out with, the only ones still alive are the people standing right here. Need I continue, or do you get it now?
What?
You're saying the mastermind is one of us?
No way!
You can't be serious. Wait, we can't say that for sure that's true yet. Monokuma may have just said all that to confuse us.
Indeed.
It's certainly a possibility, but only one among many. The mastermind being one of us is also a possibility. We assume that the others are truly dead. True. Could be. And that is one possibility we can't ignore. Yeah, I mean, they're an ultimate, right? The ultimate despair, so they must be a high schooler. You can't say it's not possible. Indeed, could anyone have faked it? Well, guess we'll find out. If one of us was the mastermind, they'd have to be controlling Monokuma somehow, right? But did you ever see anyone acting suspicious anytime Monokuma was active?
Well,
Maybe they snuck off and controlled him in secret.
but...
I don't care how sneaky you are, we would have noticed someone sneaking off that many times.
I'm right, right?
Then maybe Monokuma was on autopilot, maybe they loaded up all the dialogue and actions beforehand. In that case, there's no way he could have had all those back and forth conversations with us. Well, it wouldn't be entirely impossible if they directed the flow of the conversation. Well, maybe, but still.
This is a school announcement. You've all probably figured this out by now, but at this point, the killing game has now entered true ending mode.
Okay.
So, in the name of fairness, I will unlock every room in the school.
Yay!
Look wherever you want. Solve the mystery in whatever way you see fit.
Does that mean we've got the true ending? I guess so.
Then we can all meet up at the class trial, okay?
How very monogamous of him to unlock all the rooms.
That's fine.
I was going to say, are there multiple endings? I've played it through in Japanese, and for the sake of you guys, I'm being I'm trying not to spoil anything, and I hope I haven't for anybody. There is a joke ending. But what I'll do is I'll post that in the server after we finish Danganronpa 1. Because it's quite interesting. But as far as I know, there's only one ending, right?
One proper ending, yeah.
Yeah, there's only one proper ending, so yeah. Yeah, it's quite funny as well, so you know, good for replayability then. I played in Japanese, absolutely adored it, and then I wanted to play it in dub because I was just curious to see how it all sounded, and I was pretty much still obsessed with Danganronpa 1 and wasn't over the fact that I had finished it, so I figured I'll stream it for you guys because love this game, love this series, it's so good. Just so much talking. And there's also like an additional scene that you get if you get a certain item. I will also post that in the server later on. Because you can get optional scenes in these games, but there's only one in this one as far as I know. So I'll post all that after I finished it. So anyway, sorry for the chit chat and the derailing. The time for talk is done. Now we need to begin our investigation. Truer words never spoken. But I was planning on working alone from the beginning anyway.
In the name of my family.
At this point, I can rely only on myself, on the Togami blood flowing through my veins. I have no time to worry about the rest of you. Each of you must uphold your responsibility. Well then. After making his final statement, Byakuya left the dining hall. Master! He didn't take me with him! Do you blame him? Not really. Without Master, the rest of you are like coffee with cream without the cream, or coffee. You're totally useless. So, bye. With that, Toko trudged out of the dining hall. And now she's gone. And you're gonna go off by yourself, right, Kyoko?
Indeed.
That's right. Bye, Byakuya, miss you not. Oh dear. Which just leaves Mikoto, Hina, and me. Please don't land me with him, please. Oh, thank God. In that case, I'm gonna go by myself too.
Just a second.
Wait, how come?
How about that?
Just wait and see. I'm gonna use my totally awesome spirit power to figure out the mastermind's identity. Yeah, of course. Sure you are. Bye. Laughing loudly, Hiro left the dining hall. I'd rather be stuck with Byakuya than Hiro. At least Byakuya's smart. Sometimes. Everyone's really gonna go off by themselves? What about you, Hina? I guess I'll do the same thing. I mean, it's not that I don't trust everyone, you know.
I mean,
But up till now, I haven't really been all that useful. I just depended on Sakura and everyone else. You're not useless. If you hadn't been here, I would have died. Makoto! That's really nice of you to say. But still, I know I've mostly been totally useless.
okay.
So I figure at least here at the end, maybe I can find something that'll help us all get out of here. So I'm gonna go off and do it all on my own. Okay, see you later. Hina was in surprisingly high spirits as she dashed out of the dining hall. And once again, it's just us two. So you're gonna go for your own too, right, Kyoko?
However,
Well, don't misunderstand. Just because we're going to do our searches separately doesn't mean we can't still work together.
so
That goes for all of us. I think I see what you mean. Doing our own investigating doesn't mean we can't work together in the end. I should just see it as a splitting up to cover more ground, and then we can get back together and share what we found. Yeah, that's right.
so then,
Well, I better get going. I have an endless list of things I need to check.
correct.
Monokuma said all the doors in the school had been unlocked, right? So we should be able to investigate every nook and cranny in the school. We can visit all the places we couldn't go before.
Makoto.
Mikoto, no matter what it takes, we have to uncover the truth. By any means necessary. With that, Kyoko is gone, leaving only me. I don't have time to waste either. I have to begin my search. I still can't believe the mastermind might be one of us. So that's what I have to prove. I'll prove that the mastermind isn't one of us. I'll expose the mastermind's true identity and solve the mystery of the school. And then we can all escape together.